Hey John, what's up? This is Jesse, just checking this job site out. I'm gonna put you down here on Monday. We're gonna backfill this spot. This is another job for Jacques Hablis. So we're gonna backfill this with this sandy cobbly material right here. This is the native stuff that came out of the ground. We'll backfill the outside right here as well as the inside right here. We got the plate compactor. We'll do 1 foot lifts. Go ahead and make 12-inch marks coming up the side of the concrete there, all the way down into here so that you can keep track, as well as inside here. Go ahead and do the same thing with your lifts and run the plate compactor. I'm gonna send you Jordan to help, so one of you can be in the machine and then both of you can be working the ground labor as well for leveling it out and prepping the compaction as you come up. Let's try to keep the lawn nice as we can, and we'll use the plywood that we pull off of the George Beggs bridge to protect the lawn, and go ahead and just put plywood around here, because as you start scooping this material, it's going to want to kind of splooge out at the base, so you try to avoid that. If you can, just reach from up there and start sloughing it in to the outside. You could do the outside first. Well, Jacques actually is wanting us to do inside and outside, since this concrete is still fresh and setting up. So that'll, you know, it's not as strong as it's ultimately going to be when it finishes curing. So yeah, backfill inside and outside evenly if you can. And that is the long and short of it. There is a bunch of topsoil underneath, kind of right over here. Let's see if we can preserve this topsoil as just a stockpile for them to keep in the end. And I did bury some of the topsoil that's going to be kind of underneath this portion of the pile. So you try to just do your best to pull that sandy stuff away from the topsoil so that they have a nice setup of topsoil. And access to the site is around the side here. And you'll come around and just leapfrog the plywoods as you kind of come in here with the machine, and do your best to not damage the lawn any more than I already did. I kind of got a damaged spot right there, and you can see my tracks coming back and in here. You just be real careful not to bump into the building or anything. And we got the Bobcat E50 for you right up here, and there's the plate compactor. You might need fuel for the plate compactor, I didn't check, and you are pretty well topped off on the E50. It was getting a little greasy. I asked Jordan to grease it up for us, but I don't know if he did. So just, if you could get a grease gun as well, and then you can take a truck and trailer to deal with the plywood, or use your Toyota if you can. Call me and we'll talk about any questions. Thanks.